Hey, so is it time to play the touch again?
Don't you dare.
Ooh, dare! We could play dare!
No.
I could always play Justin Bieber.
Don't make me kill you.
Hey, what's up YouTube land? EmGo here, the freaking geek himself, and today we will be reviewing the Transformers Takara Masterpiece Rodimus Convoy, or as we all know him, Rodimus Prime. So here we are, and there he is, a figure that has become almost controversial at this point since his release. So we'll get right down to it, and I figured since Rodimus is the flame-chested one, I figured that we would use those flames, so flame on! And here he is with the other Masterpiece figures in my collection, along with some other Rodimi. And as you can see, he's not the biggest Masterpiece figure. He's a little taller at the head than Grimlock, but definitely shorter than Prime and Megatron. So, as far as scale goes, not quite, but hey, what are you going to do? That's just the way it goes. So, moving right along. And the first thing we'll do is take a look at the trailer. So here it is, and it is very nicely done. I love the flame deco on this thing. Nice chromed exhaust pipes, chromed rims, just all around nicely done. A little sloppy paint on this part right here, but it's okay. But all in all, though, it is a very faithful representation of Rodimus Prime's trailer, and it looks really good. And underneath, you get the front section for Rodimus mode, just kind of hiding under there. So very, very nicely done. And just to get an idea of just how big this thing is, we'll bring in some other flamed vehicle asses. Here we have the Protector Armor trailer, and here we have G1 Rodimus's trailer. As you can see, the Masterpiece trailer is freaking big. I mean, this thing is no joke. This thing is just big. So, moving on, let's take a look at what this bad boy can do. Now, as you can see up here, there's a black button. You push it and you get some spring-loaded action. And this gun always falls out when I do that. Get back in there. But yeah, one cool thing is that you do have weapon and accessory storage in this trailer. As you can see here, you have storage for both guns, and they just clip in right here at these points. Very cool. And here are the guns, which are modeled after G1 Hot Rod's guns. And again, very nicely done. A lot of molded detail in there. They just look too cool, and they do have a transforming aspect to them. They do have some spring-loaded components here for some transformation, because basically you can take these two, plug them together, and you get the big photon eliminator for Rodimus, which is an homage to the G1 photon eliminator. So, very cool. I love the way this thing looks. This thing just looks badass. Very cool. So, put that to the side for now. Now again, back to the storage. You have storage for your accessories. You see here, you have the little welding torch. And on the other side, you have the little buzzsaw weapon. So, you have those stored in there. And just like G1 Prime's trailer, you can get the battle station mode. Just want to take this, raise it up, raise the camera up because it's going to get tall. Extend this upward, swing out the blast shields, take these handles here for Rodimus to hold on to, and you have your big mofo battle station, which again pays homage to G1 Rodimus's battle station and dwarfs G1 Rodimus's battle station. No, isn't that cute? But yes, very nicely done. And there is a lot of detail to this thing. If you come in here, you can see a lot of molded detail, a lot of panel detail, and it just looks really cool. They really did do a great job on this trailer section. I mean, every aspect of it has some kind of molded detail. Come down here, you got this little sight here, which you can move up and down. And the turret itself does have some articulation. It rotates at the base, as well as the guns themselves can rotate, as well as go up and down. So they have full range of motion, which is very, very nice. Now, you can take the photon eliminator if you want. Under here, you have two tabs. You can take this and plug it right in. So your double-barreled cannon, little tongue twister there. Your double-barreled cannon can have another big gun attached to it. Or, if you want, you can take them apart. There's a slot up here. You can plug either gun right there. So you can have your double-barreled cannon with just a little gun attached to it. Hey, why not? Why not? If you come down here, there are two slots on either side. You can take these guns and just slot them in. So your battle station has extra armament. Or you also have 2 points back here. You can slot these guns in. I guess if you want to shoot somebody trying to sneak up on them, I guess. Hey, why not, people? Dare I say, why not? But yes, very, very cool trailer. Very nicely done. A nice representation of the original. A nice, faithful representation of the original. And I love it. So, we're done with the trailer, so let's move on to the main event. Bring on the flames! Is it getting hot in here, or is it just me? So anyway, moving on. Now, before we get down to Hot Rod himself, let's take a look at one more accessory, probably the most important accessory, and that is the Matrix of Leadership. Now, this thing looks pretty cool, all nicely chromed out with some nice detail, and I like how they tried to give the illusion of it being opened. As you can see here, a little encasing around the jewel is a little smaller, and when you flip it around, it's a little wider to make it look like it's been opened. You know, nice try. It's a nice little effect. But the one thing about this Matrix is that it's tiny. I mean, it is tiny. Now here is Masterpiece Prime's Matrix. Here's the difference. The vast, vast difference. Awesome? Not so much. I mean, this thing is tiny. And this is the Matrix that you see Rodimus holding in all of the pictures. Because this one he can't hold. This one will actually fit in his hands. You can actually grip this one. This one, there is no chance in hell. His hands are too big and this is too small. The best you can do is just kind of have him hold it in his palm. If you want to go for that look. If you really want him holding a Matrix. And if you really want him holding a Matrix, then just take this one and use it. That would be my advice. But all you want to do, just flip down the little chest panel here. There are two tabs in there, and you just take the Matrix, push it in, and voila, he has his Matrix. There you have it. Now, articulation-wise, he has your standard articulation. The head is not really on a ball joint; it's more on a hinge. But you know, you can get your side-to-side movement, some up and down movement. Not any side-to-side, but you know, you can pretty much do what you want. Yeah! And that's it. Shoulders can do a 360. It can only go in and out when the arms are straight down. When you raise the arms up, you'll lose that movement because it gets blocked by the back section. He has a bicep swivel, double jointed elbow, although you still don't get that much range of movement on it. You get a waist joint, The hips can pretty much go wherever you want. You got a thigh swivel on a nice ratchet. Double jointed knees. The feet can go up and down. They do have a little bit of pivots. And there you have that. And one main problem that this thing does have, that everybody's complained about, is the fact that you get that little motion there, that his chest doesn't stay where it's supposed to stay, and that is because, if I can get his chest back in, is because of this little clip right here. This is supposed to clip over these two tabs, and unfortunately it does not. I mean, if you push down on this and kind of push up on his chest, you can kind of, sort of, maybe, vaguely get this thing to tab over them. And even then, it still doesn't hold it really securely. And that's basically what's supposed to keep the chest from popping up like this. But, whatever. It's not the end of the world as far as I'm concerned. It's just a minor little defect. I'm not going to rage about it. Whatever. I'm not going to... You know, most of the time, the funny thing is the majority of the time when I move his arms, I keep my thumb on his chest anyway, so it doesn't really make that much difference to me. But now we'll get down to some of the gimmicks here in his robot mode. I'll raise the camera up a little bit here. He does have the goggles, and you see he has these two knobs here on either side of his head, and you just put your fingers on them, and you rotate them down, and you have the goggles, which are pretty cool. Nice blue translucent plastic. And that looks really cool. And you just take it, and bring it right back up. And he also has the gimmick of the magic hands that can magically change into magical things. Okay, maybe not magical, but you know what I mean. Now, you want to rotate his hand, a 180, and you basically just want to ball up his hand into a fist. So you just want to bring the thumb up, and just take the fingers, close them around the thumb, then don't fall on me. And then you just open up this section right here, like that, and then you rotate this around, close it back up, and now he has a receptacle for your accessories. So you can take your little welding torch and pop that in. That way he can fix Cup, even though he left a piece out. But whatever. And you can take your little buzzsaw weapon here, and there are two little pegs here that you just kind of pop in, and now you can get some tentacle slicing action going on here. It would have been cool if you would have been able to rotate this freely, and it doesn't really. It's pretty stiff in here, but it doesn't matter. It still makes for a nice effect. So pop that out. I'll just bring his hand back out here. Like that. And you can't do it to either hand. Both hands are capable of the gimmick. So you can have the torch in one hand and the buzzsaw in the other. You know, whatever you want. Totally up to you. Totally up to you. Now, I guess the next thing we should do is take him to Rodimus Prime mode. So let us make Rodimus Prime arise. One thing you want to do is you want to take the arms, push them up, so the shoulders look so much more epic. Now, lift this crotch panel here. Oh no, he's exposing himself. It's okay. It's alright. What you want to do is you want to bring his legs down, and I don't know if the light here will be good enough for you to see what I'm doing. But you basically want to take the legs and bring them down, boom, like that. I don't know if you can see that piece that actually moved, but it goes from being vertical to being at an angle. And that is your drastic change in height right there. That's it. I mean, it's really barely anything, but that's what you gotta do. And then another dramatic change is the spoiler. You take the spoiler and you move it up. That much. And then you take the sides of the spoiler and bring them together. That much. That's drastic. Oh my god. It's like Rodimus Prime, Hot Rod. Hot Rod, Rodimus Prime. Greatest character in the world. Why did you kill our leader? You know, that's basically how dramatic this change is. But of course, the main change, the most dramatic change, is the face swap. And how you get that to work is you grab his face and you pull it all the way back, like that. And there's your Rodimus Prime face. And you take the Hot Rod face and you just push it in. And then you bring the helmet down. And if you did it right, which apparently I did not, there we go. There you have the Rodimus Prime face, and he looks a lot older and a lot wiser, and his face looks a lot longer and a lot more weary, and his eyes look more dull and listless with the long fatigue of a weary life. Okay, maybe not all that, but you know, he looks like Rodimus Prime now. So there you have him in Rodimus Prime mode. And you can take his photon eliminator and plug it into his hand. And unfortunately, he can't really hold this too well. This gun is really big, and the tabs, they basically go on with these tabs. There are tabs on either side, so you can plug it into either hand. And there's a slot on the inside of the palm. And basically, you just want to take it and tab it in there, but he doesn't hold it all that securely. It will fall off very, very easily. That's another little gripe, is that he doesn't really hold his gun all that well. He's holding it, but yeah. That's basically how easy it is. He cannot hold the guns too securely. I'm pretty sure if you just took a little super glue to these tabs and thickened them up, he would probably be able to hold on to these a lot more securely. So I know when the guns are in their individual forms, they actually are a little easier for him to hold. So Hot Rod can hold his guns a little better than Rodimus can hold his gun. Although still not that securely, but hey. What you gonna do, people? What you gonna do? So there you have that. So I think what's left to do here is transform him into his vehicle mode. So why don't we just swap his face back out here? Since we're going into Hot Rod mode, he should look like Hot Rod. So you just want to pull back the helmet, bring the Hot Rod face back up, push the Rodimus face back, and just bring the head down. And now you're back with your Hot Rod face. And for transformation, you do have to take the legs and push them back up to their original position. Like that. There you have that. Now let's get down to some transforming. And the funny thing is that the transformation is actually pretty simple. It's just really, really finicky. Now, first thing you want to do is, oh wait, more dramatic transformation I have to do first. Oh. Oh. Whew. I'm spent. Alright, first thing you want to do, you want to take the backpack, take this section here, extend it up, rotate this whole section, and bring it down. And this thing is on a hinge right here, so you want to make sure that this is all the way down, like that. Then it's best if you take the arms and just kind of raise them up, kind of get them out of the way, and you want to rotate the upper torso 180, like so. You want to take the crotch piece and just bring it up. Now here comes the biggest culprit of breakage, the legs, these panels right here. I'm going to open this up, open this up. This is the panel that has been the subject of much breakage. And it has to do with this little joint right here. Luckily on mine, this is not broken off. It doesn't look like it's stressed at all. So again, I guess I'm one of the lucky ones. So I'll keep my fingers crossed that it stays that way. So you want to take this panel and just bring it up. And this panel is not meant to do 360s. This is basically all this panel is meant to do. Just bring it down and bring it up. That's all you're meant to do with it. Other than that, don't touch it. And also be very, very careful with it. And once you have that done, you want to take the leg, rotate it in like so. And you want to take this portion of the shin and rotate it outward. Like that. And now you want to take the foot, and you'll see here there's a little tab right here. My camera will focus on it. A little tab right here that's thicker than the rest of them. You want to bring the whole foot up until this tab is right up against the red plastic. So you're just going to take it and just bring it up. It's a little tight on mine. Come on. It's good, hard, clicky joints too. So there you have it. You see now that little tab is right up against it. And then you're going to take the foot and just bring it to that position, basically. And now what you're going to do, since this is on a double hinge, you want to take the bottom hinge and bring this up all the way, as far as it will go. Just like that. And then you're basically going to collapse the leg in. And again, this is kind of the tricky part. You want the foot basically to come into this section right here. And again, the transformation is simple, it's just finicky. So, you want to get this all situated there, and if you're lucky, which I rarely am, but if you're lucky, it will tab into place. And I think we got it. We got it! We got it! Yay! Sorry, I get very easily tappy. So, alright, we got that in place. So now, that leg is where it's supposed to be. This panel, see there's a tab right here, and it's going to tab in right there. And these usually will not stay in, but you can try. You can try. And basically this panel right here, again, this section is totally blocking my light, so you might not see it. But there is a tab that will tab into a slot in here. Again, you probably can't see it, but trust me, it's there. Just going to bring it up and tab that into place. Like that. You heard it tab in. So now you have this leg in its proper orientation. Now you just want to repeat the process. And you can see here, this just popped out again. These panels really don't like to stay in. They're a pain in the buttocks. But what are you going to do? So you want to bring the leg in, rotate the calf outward, and this one is a little tighter than the other one. There you go. You want to bring the calf outwards. Bring this panel up. I'm losing my voice. Take the foot, bring it out as far as it'll go. Bring the foot out. For some reason, this leg, everything on this side is way tighter. It's kind of that scary tight, and that bugs me. I don't like being scared when I transform my toys. I don't like being scared. That's definitely one thing that I don't like about this figure. I don't like any figure that scares me when I'm transforming it. But again, you want to take this bottom joint here in the knee, bring it all the way as far as it'll go, and then bring the leg up. And it helps if you bring the leg out too as you're doing this. That'll help you get that foot into place. And then you can bring it back down. And everything should tab in to place, which I don't think it's doing.